Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome back once again to your favorite channel, that is StudyIQ Ice English. My name is Praveen Mishra and we are going to start today's The Hindu analysis, that is 18th of April 2025, right? Okay, so what's the news? What's the headline for us today? The first one, no Waqf denotification till the Supreme Court hearing is finalized, okay, to the government. This has been the statement, and by the government also this has been the statement. So, we know it very well that since last almost a month, since this Waqf bill has come into the picture, since this Waqf Act has come into the list as well, how much big turmoil, how much big issues the whole nation, as in with regard to the peace and stability or the normalcy of the social fabric, is literally disturbed, right? From Rajasthan to Maharashtra, and from West Bengal to the other parts of the country, from Kashmir to from the regions of Tamil Nadu. Okay, means like each and every edges of the country. What we are watching presently, a social turmoil, a kind of a ruckus that has been created because of the new Waqf Amendment Act. See, how much correct is this Waqf Amendment? Okay, how much wrong it is? Let's leave it to the discretion of judiciary only. Okay, even if it is correct or not, how much correct, how much not, let the judiciary be the only deciding authority. Whatever we discuss, it will be having literally no sense. Whatever we go ahead, okay, and share the insights over it, it will be having literally no sense until and unless the Supreme Court itself comes into the rescue and provides the clear-cut judgments, right? So the statement here that we must keep with ourselves, until unless judiciary decides, let it be the subject under question mark only, and do not, literally, do not interfere in any such type of discussion, as it will be having no result, only it will create more turmoil, right? Okay, so as of now, what Supreme Court has stated to the government, that is, look after the features of the Waqf Amendment. Can there be any scope, or is there any scope where we can eliminate one thing? One thing is that where the biggest question has come from, okay, that is inclusion, okay, inclusion of non-Muslims, inclusion of non-Muslims in the Waqf board. Okay. When we talk about Article 16, okay, guys, please बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान से इसको समझना. Okay, please be very attentive. I need your focus here. Okay, when we talk about Article 16, what it says, equality of opportunity in public employment. Equality of opportunity in what? In public employment. This is what Article 16 is, right? Now, the very same Article 16, it says that no person shall be discriminated for holding any public office in, any organ of the democracy. That's correct. But the very same article only places some extra eligibility criteria, as in with regard to religion, with regard to region, also the eligibility criteria could be there and should be there. This is itself mentioned under Article 16. Okay, that if I want to become the professor or anything related to a madrasa, then ultimately I need to be the follower of Islam, that is Muslim. Then only I will be able to, okay, indulge into the activities of a madrasa, right? Any professional activity, any professional space I want, I have to be a Muslim. Same goes with other academies as well. Like, for example, we have got Sikh schools in India. If I want to be part of a Sikh school, okay, ultimately I have to be a Sikh, right? So these are some religious eligibility criteria also there. On the opposite side, we have also got the regional criteria, regional eligibility criteria. You might have heard many of the news, right? Okay, where the demand is for the local people only. And Constitution under Article 16 itself stipulates this very same logic that, okay, your place of residence, not place of birth, place of residence could also be one of the important or needed criteria for your public holding or for your eligibility of the office holding of any public. Okay, this is what mentioned in the Constitution itself, right? So in that case, now the Waqf amendment has been taken into the question that you are making non-Muslims to be entered or to be having a proper seat into the Waqf board, right? Isn't it not the violation of Article 16 this time when the eligibility criteria is itself mentioned by the Constitution? Right? So this is where things have been under the purview of the questions, and for which, okay, the statement which has come from Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna, as you can see, the Act has certain positive things. At the same time, we do not want the situation to change drastically, that it affects a lot of people. Okay, so from Murshidabad, okay, to Maharashtra, to Kashmir, to other locations, to other points, corners or edges of the country, we are watching that yes, a big political and social turmoil is happening, violence, clashes, riots, and it could lead, if it is not stopped right now, it could lead to the bigger one, like civil war. It could lead immediately to the civil war, and the things are representing that only, right? Okay, for which what government has represented, what government has stated, not the government exactly, but yes, government's representative, that is the Solicitor General, Tushar Mehta inside the Supreme Court, what he has stated, this involves a large number of innocent people's right to land and property. We will have to take you through the history of the legislation through 100 years. Okay, this is what, okay, representative of the government, Solicitor General of India, Tushar Mehta has spoken. Okay, that too inside the Supreme Court of India when the proceedings were going live, right? Okay, so this is a statement which is not contradictory in nature. This is a statement which is absolutely not contradictory in nature. This is a statement which tells that government is having too much of the issues, or the government is having too much of the proven facts with itself that it needs to represent in front of the judiciary. Right? This is what Tushar Mehta's statement is representing. Okay, and let's wait, as I stated a couple of minutes back before beginning the topic, that let's wait. Okay, and let's see what are the parameters that can be further, okay, measured, or what can be further analyzed. Right? So as of now, yes, the government has clearly notified to the judiciary that yes, till the time the final verdict from the judiciary has been delivered, till the time there will be no such action from the government side towards the Waqf property or the Waqf board. Right? Now, this brings us to the another feature, okay, after Article 16 and so on. We have got to discuss the concept of Solicitor General. Who is this position? What is this position all about? That is Solicitor General. Okay. So talking about the whole fact, there is two things, government lawyer and government's lawyer, the two different things, Sarkari Vakil and Sarkar Ka Vakil. Okay, government lawyer and government's lawyer. Okay, so we are not dealing with government lawyer, we are dealing with government's lawyer. Okay, so we have got a constitutional position with us under Article 76. Under Article 76 of the Indian Constitution, we have got a constitutional position. It is termed as Attorney General of India. Attorney General of India. Right? This Attorney General of India is what? Is the advocate of the Government of India. Okay, advocate of the Government of India. Okay, make it clear, guys. Government's advocate, that is government's lawyer. Okay, and represents Indian government, okay, throughout the courts of the country. Wherever the party is, the central government in any court, okay, one of the party in any court, when it is the central government, then it shall be represented by a lawyer and advocate, that is, okay, and that advocate is constitutional position here, that is termed as Attorney General of India, okay, under Article 76, right? Appointed by the President, works on the pleasure of the President, no fixed tenure. Okay, remember guys, okay, the features of the Attorney General: appointment, President, removal, once again, President. Okay, then tenure, not fixed. Okay, so removal procedure, nothing such fixed procedure. It is termed as working on the pleasure of President. Okay, now the question that might be here, that's at the top it has been mentioned Solicitor General. Then why are we discussing Attorney General, right? When at the top Solicitor General has been written, then why are we mentioning or discussing Attorney General, right? So the fact is, remember, only and only the Attorney General is the constitutional body. Remember, only and only the Attorney General of India is the constitutional body and not the Solicitor General. Okay, Solicitor General word has been nowhere mentioned in the Constitution. Okay, remember, it goes like this. It is only under Article 76 we have got the Attorney General of India. And to assist Attorney General of India, we have got a Solicitor General. It could be one, it could be two, it could be many, single or plural, whatsoever. To assist Solicitor General or generals in case, we have got the additional Solicitor Generals. Additional Solicitor General. Okay, general or generals, whatever the case, right? So remember, the Constitution mentions only one, that is the Attorney General of India. Constitution doesn't mentions the Solicitor General, advocate, additional Solicitor Generals and so on. Okay, this is where these are the non-constitutional bodies, not the constitutional ones. Okay, established through the government's executive order only and not mentioned in the Constitution. What is mentioned in the Constitution? Only the AGI, that is the Attorney General of India under Article 76. And for states, we have got such same system as well. Okay, in states, it is known as Advocate General of India. Oh, sorry, Advocate General of States. Okay, this is under Article 165. Okay, so Advocate General of States under Article 165, Attorney General of India. Okay, that is under Article 76. So Government of India's lawyer, that is known as Attorney General. State government's lawyer, okay, that will be known as Advocate General. And remember guys, Solicitor General or Additional Solicitor General, they are not the constitutional body. Okay, they are literally having no mentioning in the Constitution. They are absolutely outside that. Okay, so here this time we have discussed through the Waqf Board news, Article 16 as well as the Solicitor General, Advocate Solicitor, Additional Solicitor General, Advocate General of States, as well as the Attorney General of India. Right? Okay. Yes, Bulbul, Aman and Venkat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yep. Right? So we can go ahead. See here, a particular thing has been mentioned that yesterday we were also discussing in our marathon class of polity, in case you have saw that. Okay, that is thumb rule. Okay, another addition to thumb rule system has been given by the judiciary through this one particular case of the Waqf Act. Okay, Waqf Amendment Act. Okay, yes, good morning everyone. Quite late, or I am watching the comment here late maybe. Okay. Right, so the thumb rule. So let's just discuss the thumb rule concept here first of all. And you are right, we do not stay legislation at the preliminary stage, that is the thumb rule. At the same time, there is also a thumb rule that normally when a matter is pending before the court, the situation as a prevailing today should continue so as not to affect the rights of the parties. We do not want the position to be changed, stated Chief Justice of India, that is Sanjeev Khanna. Okay, so now the confusion, right? What is the thumb rule according to the judicial review? Please note down this perspective here. Thumb rule according to the judicial review. Thumb rule of democracy, yesterday we discussed. Okay, in the polity class, right? Thumb rule of democracy it was. Now here we have got another connotation, okay, the another aspect basically. Thumb rule of judicial review. Okay, what is the thumb rule of judicial review? How do we define this thing? Okay, see, first of all, don't get confused with the thumb rule. Thumb rule as in it literally implies the basic rule. Thumb rule as in the basic rule. Do not get confused what is this thumb rule all about. Okay, thumb rule as in the most basic one, the basic rule all about. Okay, here we go. Thumb rule of judicial review. So what judiciary has stated here, okay, as you can see, and you are right, as in Sanjeev Khanna is mentioning here to Tushar Mehta, that is the Solicitor General, okay, CJI is mentioning the Solicitor General, okay. So, as what we can see, thumb rule, and you are right, we do not stay the legislation at the preliminary stage, as in judicial review, okay. Judicial review will not be done at the preliminary stage. Like that? No. Judicial review will be done in the preliminary stage, but, okay, staying of the law, stay of the law will be done only at the secondary stage, as in once the law has been implemented. Okay. After that, going ahead with the analysis of its implication, going ahead with the analysis of its pros and cons, then only judiciary goes ahead and then finalizes the decision whether to stay the law or whether to just vanish it, whether to just declare it as null and void, whatsoever. Right? So what is the thumb rule of democracy? Thumb rule of the judicial review. We do not stay legislation at the preliminary stage. Okay, taking it a step ahead, only once it has been implied, only when it has been applied, and after judging the pros and cons of the legislation, obviously keeping in mind whether it is violating the provisions of the Constitution or not, then only the judicial review shall act, and in that review the judiciary shall provide the judgment whether to go ahead with the legislation or to declare it as null and void. Okay, but this is at the secondary stage. This is what the fresh judgment has come from the judiciary as in the thumb rule. Going ahead with the judicial review only into the secondary stage. Right? So this is what the whole news all about. So now, this brings us to the discussion of the very next news. The very next topic, here we go, the next headline. Supreme Court cannot fire a nuclear missile at the democratic forces, says the Vice President. Our Honorable Vice President, Jagdeep Dhankar sir. Sir, difficult words ka means bhi bol diya kare sir, please. Yes, Aman, I do say it, but whenever you find that कोई एक ऐसा difficult word ऐसा मैंने बोला है and you are not able to understand it, then just comment immediately. Okay, I will take care of it. Right? So whenever you guys find that there is a word, there is a particular this phrase stated by me or by any teacher of yours, okay, then you are free to ask what does this word means. Okay, yeah, but yeah, as a teacher, as an educator, we try our best to define each and every word that is not so familiar or common. Okay, but yeah, sometimes it might happen that I think that this word could be common for you, but you might not be having that word in your common vocabulary, so you are free to ask. Right? Okay, Aman and everyone. So next one, talking about Jagdeep Dhankar sir, okay, our Vice President, Honorable Vice President. He has been, having a very distinct image of being a very blunt personality as well. Blunt as in with regard to his statements, Okay, he is someone who is very, means like fierce. Okay, he gives the statements in a very fierce manner. He has no filter with himself. Okay, that no, I should speak in a, very standard manner. Standard manner, obviously, right? But yeah, in a manner that we must try to, we always try to have that diplomatic tone, right? Or specifically when we are holding such a big position. But this is what the representation of the fierce personality is. Okay, Jagdeep Dhankar sir. We have got two people, those who are very fierce and blunt, both at one same time. That is S. Jaishankar sir, that is the External Affairs Minister, and another one we have got the Jagdeep Dhankar sir, okay, the Vice President of India. These are the persons, those who are having this absolute courage with themselves. Okay, not to go ahead with the statements, okay, that are filtered with diplomacy. No, they will give the statement what they feel. Yes, obviously keeping in mind the elements of respect and the so on, right? Obviously, not like that they are speaking any like vulgar things. No, not like that. Okay, they are speaking on a very fierce note, without filtering it through the diplomacy. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, so what we have known about S. Jaishankar sir, that is not only we know, that is the whole world knows now. Okay, that there is the External Affairs Minister of India who speaks in a very fierce manner. And so we have got another personality as well, that is Jagdeep Dhankar sir. Okay, he also speaks in a most fierce manner. And now this time he has targeted whom? Directly to the Supreme Court of India. That what do you think? You are going to target the nuclear missile on us? And from where this statement has came? This particular statement has came from Supreme Court's recent judgment, not statement, judgment, okay, on providing the time capsule or the time capping to the president and the governors while providing their assent to the legislation, to a particular bill that is kept pending with them. Okay, so this is just as it has happened 10 days back when through the case of the state government of Tamil Nadu versus the governor of Tamil Nadu. Okay, basically speaking, M.K. Stalin, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu versus R.N. Ravi, the governor of Tamil Nadu. Okay, what we have seen, that Supreme Court has made a clear-cut judgment, again crystal clear, that the bills passed by state legislature, okay, shall be passed within a 1 month and a 3 month of the time conditioning, okay, keeping the particular conditions in mind, okay, and it shall be given the assent or whatsoever, assent or not the assent, within maximum time period of 1 to 3 months. Okay, this is what the Supreme Court has stated just 10 days back. Just 10 days back. Okay, and for which the Honorable Vice President of India has stated that you cannot fire nuclear missile at democratic forces. Okay, now where is this nuclear missile term basically focusing? At what particular article number? So, Supreme Court, while giving the judgment in the government of Tamil Nadu versus the governor of Tamil Nadu case, right, mentioned Article 142. Okay, so they have given the judgment using Article 142 of the Indian Constitution, right. Now, what is this Article 142 first of all? Okay, this is Article 142. We must make it clear. Okay, the Supreme Court, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, okay, the Supreme Court, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, may pass such decree or make such order as is necessary for doing complete justice in any cause or matter pending before it. Okay, that is, in order to have the complete justice, Supreme Court can use Article 142 and provide any order, jurisdiction, or an order or a particular judgment, okay, related to any case. It enables the Supreme Court, basically, it enables the Supreme Court to what? Exercise executive and legislative functions in specific scenarios, including issuing of the guidelines. This is what presently Supreme Court has done. Directives or orders to the governmental bodies or any other authorities. So Supreme Court, using Article 142, can give executive and legislative directions or orders as well to the government. Government as in central government, state government, whatsoever government, right? Next, it permits the Supreme Court, okay, permits the Supreme Court for what? To intervene in the matters concerning public interest, human rights, constitutional values, or fundamental rights, safeguarding them against any form of violation or infringement by the state, right? So what is Article 142? The power that is vested into the hands of the Supreme Court, through which Supreme Court can go ahead and provide any judgment, order, or a statement, okay, related to any executive or legislative function of the government. Here, Supreme Court can direct the government through any executive or legislative provisions, okay, that you need to do this, you need not to do this as well on the same time, right? So this is Article 142, okay, and this has been often referred with multiple names. This time Jagdeep Dhankar sir has mentioned Article 142 as the nuclear missile, but previously it has been referred to as another one, that is complete justice. Please make it clear, guys. You can note it down. Whenever you are mentioning the principles of complete justice, complete, not justice, complete justice, okay, then you will have to mention it through Article 142. Okay, so basically you can just phrase it like this. Article 142. It is what? It is providing the principles or basically the provisions of complete justice. Right? So basically Article 142 is equals to complete justice. That's it. That's enough. Okay? Article 142, that is equals to complete justice. Right? So here what we can see, the idea of complete justice is derived from Article 142 of the Constitution. Okay, it means to ensure justice by filling gaps in the law. Okay, the law, it could be the executive function of the government or it could be the legislative function as well. Right? And overriding legal provisions whenever necessary. And the most important thing that we need to mark, this entails interpreting and applying laws considering broader constitutional principles, societal needs, and evolving standards of justice. That is, whenever there is a case of any sort of constitutional misinterpretation, misjudgment, misuse, or any sort of a gap into the legislative or the executive action of the judicial of the democratic organs, then in that way, in that sense, in that case, judiciary must use Article 142 and fill all of those gaps, right? So this is what Article 142 basically mean, right? Okay. And for which right now, okay, our Honorable Vice President has mentioned Article 142 as what? This time it is nuclear missile. Okay, though, yeah, in a very ironical or sarcastic way. Okay, not exactly it has been mentioned as a nuclear missile, but according to the statement coming from the Vice President, it has been mentioned as what? The nuclear missile, nothing else. Okay. Now, moving ahead to the next one. Tamil Nadu government clears space industrial policy. And what is this space industrial policy and why is Tamil Nadu government doing this? Isn't it the role of the central government? So let's discuss. Articles and laws are just to be on papers. Albert, there, well, I would just like to quote that there are two worlds we live in. One is the idealistic world and another one is the realistic world. Okay, so idealism is what on papers it could be on the real world as well. Okay, but realism, on the contrary, it could be on the paper, it could not be on the paper as well. Majority of the times it happens that idealistic things are different what is written on the papers, and realistic things are quite different what we do practice in our day-to-day life. Okay, where we can get the PDF, sir? PDF we can get through the connecting, okay, through connecting with me on my Telegram channel. Okay, so there you can connect. At the end of the session, I'll show the Telegram channel. Okay, there you can connect and get the proper PDFs. Okay, so going ahead, this time once again we must actually appreciate the action, the positive action of Tamil Nadu government presently led by Mr. M.K. Stalin. As what we have seen in past 20 days itself, this is third such big initiative. Okay, from the Kachathivu Island to Governor's Node over the ascent of the bills. Apart from that, this one, that is Tamil Nadu will be now establishing a space industrial policy that shall be providing boost to the space programs of the country, specifically providing employment to nearly 10,000 youth, specifically in the Tamil Nadu, okay, in the context of the space research domain. This is what Mr. M.K. Stalin has stated. See, this is the statement that should have been coming from the center, from the union. Okay, it hasn't come yet. Okay, might be coming into the near future, but presently the hero here is M.K. Stalin. Okay, who has came forward and has stated that yes, what we are going to have, we are going to have a space industrial policy, which shall be focusing on two things. Obviously, growth and development, or the research and analysis of the space research programs, and apart from that, also establishing job opportunities for around 10,000 youth, those who are indulged into these space programs. Right? So space industrial policy, for the first time it has been, mentioned in the Indian politics, not from the center, but yes, obviously from the Tamil Nadu government itself this time again. Right? So the states from our south, they are right now into a good amount of triumph. Right, they are having some wonderful initiatives from Karnataka to Telangana, from SC categorization to other particular specific purposes. Okay, and yes, Tamil Nadu has taken into the triumph again, formulating what? The space industrial policy. Right. Next. Okay, so there has been an article which mentions white Mughals. Okay, see, what is white Mughals? In Hyderabad, there is a particular place, okay, which was not much kept into the focus or attention by the authorities, including the archaeological survey and so on, right? But for which it has now, come into the attention, and some renovation or redevelopment activity is going on. That is what is known as, okay, the palace of the daughter of Bahadur Shah II, okay, right? Palace of the daughter of Bahadur Shah Zafar. Remember, guys, okay, her name was Khair-un-Nissa, okay, Khair-un-Nissa. What is the name? Khair-un-Nissa. Who was she? She was the daughter of Bahadur Shah Zafar, okay. And her name is recorded in the history because of her love affair with a British official. His name was James Archelaus Kirkpatrick. Okay, James Archelaus Kirkpatrick, right? So a British official having an affair with the princess of the Mughal Sultanate. That is what her name was, Khair-un-Nissa. And this is what is mentioned in the book. Okay, the name of the book is White Mughals. Written by whom? Written by William Dalrymple. Okay, so guys, please make it clear. Khair-un-Nissa, who is she? Khair-un-Nissa was the daughter of the Bahadur Shah Zafar. Okay, that is the last Mughal emperor. Okay, and she has been mentioned in a book that is named as White Mughals. Who is the author of the book? Author of the book is William Dalrymple. Okay, and what William Dalrymple has stated, that Khairun Nissa was having an affair. Okay, she even married to her, basically, not just an affair. Okay, she even married to her to him. Okay, what's the name of the British official? James Archelaus Kirkpatrick. Okay, so this is just the statement. Okay, you need to figure out. Okay, White Mughals. What is the author? Oh, sorry, who is the author? William Dalrymple. Okay. Can you please give a summary on SC categorization, sir? Dear Albert, I request you to just go to the videos section of our channel. Okay, and in there, if you just scroll a bit, okay, there you will find, okay, the video, SC categorization video. Okay, very short video, very crisp, everything is explained there. Okay, because even if I give you the summary, it won't provide you any much better help. Okay, so there I request you to go to the video section. Okay, and just watch the particular session over the SC categorization. So basically, okay, the Supreme Court's judgment, okay, that has come in the year 2021, okay, and after that, the case from 2004 to the Punjab action of 2007, okay, and the Supreme Court's judgment of 2021, what the Andhra government has done, okay, it has categorized the scheduled caste community inside the state of Andhra in 3 categories, in 3 groups, group A, B and C. Okay, going ahead with the capping of the 15% of the 15% of the reservation only. Okay, the government has divided the SC into the 3 particular groups A, B and C. Okay, and providing them with the reservation 1%, 9% and 5% respectively. That is keeping the cap, keeping the margin of 15% itself, right? Okay, so just watch that whole video, that will give you the all clear picture. Okay, yeah. So here, White Mughals, William Dalrymple, Khairun Nissa, James Archelaus Kirkpatrick. Okay, this is the thing. Next, Environment Ministry must roll back order on desulfurizing coal plants. Now, the next thing, Environmental Ministry's action is needed. Action needed on what? The desulfurizing of the coal plants. Now, first of all, what is this desulfurizing and why it is needed for the coal plants and how it is done? So let's discuss the features. Okay, so here we go. What is the news all about? The Union Ministry should roll back the 2015 policy mandating India's 537 coal-fired plants to install a class of FGD as in fuel gas desulfurization. Okay, so in the year 2015, a policy was initiated, a policy was formulated by the central government that stated that all the 537 coal-fired power stations in our country shall be equipped with FGD. What is FGD? Flue gas desulfurization. Okay, and what does this flue gas desulfurization do? This FGD, that is flue gas desulfurization, will reduce the sulfur dioxide, that is SO2 emissions. Okay, right? So in order to reduce the emission of the sulfur dioxide from our coal-backed fire stations, or sorry, power stations, okay, coal-backed power stations, okay, in that we have got what? The FGD, that is flue gas desulfurization, okay, that will do what? That will reduce the emission of sulfur dioxide in our environment, okay, so using what? FGD, right, okay, so as you can see, it should only apply to those plants using imported coal as in which are having high sulfur containing, okay, that is greater than 0.5%, okay, which are having high concentration of sulfur, that is basically greater than 0.5%. Okay, not all of them, but yes, specifically to those which are using the imported coal, and this imported coal, it is having high concentration of sulfur, that is 0.5%. Okay, so as what we can see here further, the flue, 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 G, that is gas, D, that is desulfurization. What does this basically mean and what we need to mark? with this news. Okay. So just talking about the flue gas desulfurization. Okay, what is this? It is basically a technology to eliminate sulfur dioxide from exhaust emissions. Okay, from where? From the exhaust, okay, of the firepower or firepower station. So from there we need to do what? Eliminate sulfur dioxide. And where does the sulfur dioxide come from? Okay, the next big question here. Where does the sulfur dioxide come from? So fossil fuels such as coal and oil often contain high amount of sulfur dioxide. Okay, and when these fuels are burnt, around 95% or more of the sulfur is converted to sulfur dioxide, which is emitted as the flue gas. So basically, what is this flue gas known as? Flue gas is basically the sulfur dioxide that comes out of the coal power, okay, coal-backed power stations, right? Next, sulfur dioxide is in itself a major air pollutant which impacts all life. It is also a precursor of acid rain. So if we encounter acid rain, it is one of the reasons is the presence of excess amount of the sulfur dioxide in our atmosphere. So next, the removal of sulfur dioxide is critical to establish a safe and clean environment where toxic emissions are kept to a safe level. So basically speaking, in a short, in a crisp, there is a particular issue when it comes to the burning of the coal and oil. When it is burnt up to 95%, okay, then it emits the sulfur dioxide gas into our environment, which is one of the prior reasons or the primary reasons of the acid rain. And in order to curb this emission of sulfur dioxide from the coal power stations, okay, what we have used? FGD, flue gas desulfurization. Okay, so FGD, it is presently, it is the talk of the town. And the next thing, the process. Okay, so what is the process here that we need to understand? So FGD is done through the addition of absorbents which can remove up to 95% of the sulfur dioxide. Okay, substances such as ammonia or sodium sulfate are used as absorbents. Okay, so when it comes to absorbing of the sulfur dioxide, okay, what are the two particular elements that are used? So it is one, that is ammonia, and second, that is sodium sulfite. They are being used, right? And then next, the uncleaned flue gas is sprayed in a scrubber tower. Okay, scrubber tower, that is known as the absorber tower, with a mixture of water and limestone. Okay, so that is making it bit slurry in nature. So basically speaking, how does this FGD, flue gas desulfurization procedure goes ahead? So it goes ahead with the help of an absorbent tower. An absorbent tower which is further equipped with three things. Three things, what are they? Ammonia, sodium sulfide, or also we have got the limestone. Limestone, that is slurry in nature, that is mixed with water. So the mixture of sodium sulfide, okay, mixture of slurry limestone and the ammonia, they are used, okay, they are scrubbed basically into the tower. Okay, that tower is known as what? The absorbent tower. Okay, fine. So this is what? FGD, flue gas desulfurization. Next, how can V2G technology help India's power sector? So a very important segment, and for which we will be going ahead with a specific session related to the topic. Okay, that is what is V2G technology. Okay, vehicle to grid technology. What is this vehicle to grid technology? It's a very, very important thing, guys, and a very detailed thing is there. It is. So we need a separate session today. Okay, so we'll be discussing it in the burning topics, and in that burning topics, okay, we will be having this V2G technology as in vehicle to grid technology. Okay, so vehicle to grid technology as in it is a type of the power charging, okay, or the charging of the electricity vehicle or the electric vehicles, which is having a very distinct component. What is the component? If the battery is overcharged, then that overcharged percentage will be returned back to the grid. Okay, this is what the V2G basically mean. Okay, that is vehicle to grid. Basically what? Vehicle to grid, as in if the excess amount of power has been transferred to the battery of the electric vehicle, that excess amount of power will be transferred back to the grid. Okay, and will be used for another charging session, right? So this is what the V2G is in short. Please wait, stay tuned with the channel. Okay, very soon, okay, in just next couple of hours we'll be coming with this particular session, that is V2G technology. Okay, vehicle to grid technology, an innovative approach that involves the bi-direction flow of energy. Bidirectional as in from grid to vehicle, from vehicle to grid back again. Okay, as in it allows electric vehicles to not only consume electricity from the grid but also to return excess electricity to the grid whenever needed, right? So this is what the basic segment of the V2G, that is vehicle to grid technology. Okay, so coming to the next one, the next news here. Scientists using James Webb Telescope finds the strongest sign of life on alien planet. Okay, so are we alone in this universe? Are we really alone? So far, the answer was yes. But now there is another scientific exploration, not yet absolutely proven, but yes, almost proven. Okay, which tells us that inside one of the planets, life could be there, right? So using the James Webb Telescope, what we have here. Okay, so what is the whole news? As we can see, in a potential landmark discovery, scientists using the James Webb Telescope have obtained that call the strongest signs yet of possible life beyond our solar system. Okay, so what they have done, okay, they have detected an alien planet and a type of an atmosphere using chemical fingerprints of the gases that are present on Earth. But they are present on Earth only by a biological process. Okay, so the gases, they are present obviously throughout the universe, but there are some gases that are made only through a biological process, and this biological process gases, they are also seen into the other areas. Now what is this area? The two gases, first of all, the dimethyl sulfide, all in short DMS, and dimethyl disulfide, in short DMDS. Okay, they are the two gases, dimethyl sulfide and the dimethyl disulfide, DMS or the DMDS, okay, that have been captured through the Webb telescope on the planet K218b. Yeah, K218b, the name of the planet. What is K218b or 18b? K218b or 18b is a planet which is outside our solar system, and on there, using the James Webb Telescope, scientists have discovered what they have discovered: the biological process through which two gases they have been released, DMS and DMDS. Okay, what is DMS? Dimethyl sulfide, and the other one, DMDS, dimethyl disulfide. Okay, now the two things that are in front of us, dimethyl sulfide and the dimethyl disulfide, and apart from that, the planet K218b, and the biggest thing to be discussed is what? The James Webb Telescope. Okay, so created by multiple organizations, that is, it is in contrast with the NASA, European Space Agency and Canadian Space Agency. Okay, situated where? 1.5 million kilometers beyond the Earth orbit, that is into the Lagrange point. Okay, so it is currently at a point in the space known as the Sun Earth L2, that is the Lagrange point. Okay, so guys, remember, James Webb Telescope created by whom? It is three different bodies: NASA, that is National Aeronautics Space Administration of America, then it is the European Space Agency as well as the Canadian Space Agency. The three of them, they have created altogether the James Webb Telescope. Where is this James Webb Telescope focusing? It is focusing onto the Lagrange point 2, the L2 point, that is the Lagrange point. where it is approximately 1.5 million kilometers beyond the Earth's orbit around the Sun. Okay, so this is what the Lagrange point. And now, the goal. What is the goal of the James Webb Telescope? Okay, what are the particular features this telescope will be giving us? So it is having the 4 goals. How many? 4 goals. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right, the first is to look back around 13.5 billion years to see the first stars and galaxies forming out of the darkness. That is going ahead with the origin of the universe. Second, to compare the faintest and earliest galaxies to today's grand spirals and understand how galaxies assembles over billions. That is going ahead with the previous galaxies as well as the present day's galaxies. Third, to see where stars and planetary systems are being born. That is the point of origin of the stars and the galaxies. And fourth, to observe the atmosphere of the extrasolar planets as in beyond our solar system. So one such has been the K218b, that is beyond our solar system, where we have found the DMS and the MDS. Okay. So what is these 2 gases? These are the gases that are only produced or released through the biological process of the microbial species or so on, right? And for which the scientists, they have been now very happy that they have found, probably they might be finding the life, where the life on the planet which is outside our solar system even, right? So the next news for us, it is a threat that has been issued by Russia, not this time to Ukraine or any other, but this is Germany. That, dear Germany, you dare to give your Taurus missiles to Ukraine, it will be seen by Russia as a direct attempt by Germany, the state of Germany, to disturb the internal security and sovereignty of the state of Russia. This is what the Kremlin, okay, the Moscow has stated basically, right? That, dear Germany, if you are providing your Taurus missile to the adversary state, that is Ukraine, then it shall be seen your direct involvement in the war in support of Ukraine. And then we shall be also going ahead with offensive measures against you, that is Germany, right? So the statement has come from the Moscow, that is Russia, to Germany, that do not interfere, and if you are willing to provide any sort of the missile, that is Taurus missile basically, then you are mistaken. So what is Taurus missile? Okay, so we discuss Taurus missile here. First of all, it is a long range air to surface missile, okay, from air to surface, that is it could be launched from a fighter jet, okay, and it could target the things that are over the land, that is basically the surface. So that is why it is termed as what? Air to surface cruise missile. Okay, developed by 1990s by German and Swedish companies. Okay, and now what is the weight? 1400 kg and about 5.1 meters long. As you can see, it itself looks like a type of a drone. Okay, if you see this, it looks like a type of a aerial vehicle only. Okay, but it is not an aerial vehicle, it's a missile named what? Taurus missile. Developed by whom? The countries of Germany and Sweden. Okay, weight 1400 kg, 5.1 meters long, okay, and can go ahead and achieve the subsonic speed. Okay, achieve what speed? The subsonic speed. Okay, so guys, the features: Taurus missile, air to surface missile, developed by Germany and Sweden, 1400 kg of the weight, 5.1 meters long, and apart from that, yes, what is the maximum speed the missile can achieve? It can achieve a maximum speed of subsonic. Okay, so what is subsonic, sonic speeds, sonic and subsonic speeds? Do let me know after the session into the comments, into the comment box. Okay, I'll be waiting for your homework. What is the sonic speed and the subsonic speed, difference between the two? Okay guys, so that's it from my side today in this session of the Hindu analysis of 18th of April 2025. Thank you so much for watching guys, and please do not forget to join the StudyIQ IS English channel, the channel which is made with just one purpose: to serve you with the most quality and quantity. As you can see, since morning till late night, this session is this particular channel is totally busy in providing you the quality and the quantity of the content both at the same time, right? So guys, please do subscribe for the channel so that you don't miss any update from the channel. And yes, if you need to connect with me, so we have got two platforms to be connected. Okay, the one is the Telegram. Okay, that is a study_with_Praveen. So you can join my Telegram channel, and here you can look forward for all the PDFs. And apart from that, if you wish to connect with me over my Instagram channel, so it will be Praveen Mishra_2107. Okay, so wherever you guys want, you are free to connect and let me know your doubts related to your academics, and obviously we will consider them at the earliest possible time. Okay guys, so thank you so much. Please do the homework once again, difference between the sonic and subsonic speeds. Good day, take care, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.